This is my first sip of anything besides water or tea in the last 7 days. I've got some masala chai with me. That's nice. Hi, it's Asmi and I'm back with my annual water fast. This year I am going for 7 days. I debated a lot if I wanted to do a shorter water fast, 3 or 5 days. As I mentioned last year, I've been having trouble doing a lot longer water fasts, but ultimately I've been playing around with my nutrition a lot and I wanted to see what the effects of a 7-day water fast would be. Today is my third attempt at starting a water fast in January. I actually fasted on January 1st, and then when I went back to work on January 2nd, it was very, very stressful and I wasn't able to do it. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but when you are doing a long water fast, you want to make sure that your environment and your life situation at that point is conducive to it. And so for me, work being as stressful as it was, I was not able to water fast. Today was my third attempt. I think I've made it. Today was actually, I would say, more tough emotionally than it was in terms of work stress. So the last few times I've started doing a water fast, I've noticed that by the afternoon or midday, I have a lot of emotions come up. I'm usually sad, I'm crying, and I find it really hard to push through that. And so I end up eating. I did cry today. I did not break my fast. It was a really conscious choice to be dedicated to this fast and know that I'm physically safe. I didn't have anything to worry about. And so I pushed through. That being said, first day is always the hardest for me. I find that I'm the hungriest. I am needing to drink a lot of herbal tea to distract myself. So as a reminder, on my water fast, I do allow myself black coffee and tea, both herbal tea and black tea. So I did have teas today. I didn't have any black coffee. And overall, I'm feeling good now that it's the evening. I know I'll be going to sleep in a few hours, and I'm hoping it gets easier throughout the water fast. And then another thing I wanted to mention, especially with these emotions that are coming up, I practice a lot of different healing modalities. I do a lot of pranic healing and I do a lot of sound healing specifically. And I also, I guess, do some body work either through yoga asana as well as some of the tuning forks that you place on the body. And I find that when I do a water fast, it gets to a different layer of something. So even right now I'm doing, daily healing on myself. Doing a water fast has brought up all these emotions that those other modalities weren't bringing. And so for me, the energy healing modalities that I work with, it's not a question of this or that. For me, it's an and I find that I get something different from each of those modalities. And so I just wanted to share that with all of you in case you're interested in what kind of healing benefits you can get from some of these different modalities. And with that, that was day 1. I did do a light walk around the neighborhood, but middle afternoon, especially after crying, I didn't have a lot of energy. I had thought I was going to go for a second walk and I did not. So today has not been high on movement. Usually first and second day I still kind of move around quite a bit. So this was a little different, but taking each day as it comes. I slept a lot last night, went to bed early and probably slept about like 10 hours or something. So that was really nice. I've also been having trouble sleeping lately because of work, so it was nice to catch up on rest. I did feel again a little sad this morning. I didn't have a lot of energy today. I went out for one walk during the afternoon, but other than that, I've been really, really tired. I tried reading one of the books I'm reading right now, and it's a pretty dense book on healing, and I was able to get through a few pages, and then after that I couldn't concentrate and I had to put the book down. So I've just been resting and relaxing and watching TV. I definitely feel tired and lightheaded, and like I said, not a lot of physical energy, and I've been just fueling myself with a little bit of black tea in the morning and then lots of herbal tea and water during the day. So last night I was tired and I went to bed pretty early. I ended up waking up in the middle of the night feeling really, really nauseous. Honestly, if I hadn't done a water fast before, I might have been worried and broken it, but knowing that I've done multiple long water fasts and this was only day 2, I figured it was detox symptoms and that I was physically safe. So I drank a little bit of water and then I laid back down, and I probably had like really restless sleep the rest of the night, in and out. So I didn't wake up feeling great today. Today's another day where I've got low physical energy, so I did a walk around the block. That was about it. I drank a lot of herbal tea to distract myself from the hunger, and I found that all the herbal teas tasted muted to me. I couldn't really catch the flavor. My mouth is starting to have its own flavor, and I think that's due to ketosis. And I am hoping that day 4 is a little better. A lot of times people say that the first few days of a fast are the hardest, and I'm hoping that I have a little more energy tomorrow and that I sleep well, but we'll see. I slept a lot last night and I still woke up feeling really tired. I didn't feel like getting out of bed. I was very groggy. I think this is a sign that my body was doing a lot of healing while I was sleeping. I have once again been low energy throughout the day. Didn't feel like doing a lot, and I'm still continuing to have that taste in my mouth that I was talking about. So even tea doesn't really taste like much. I'm finding that I'm needing to put in 2 tea bags rather than 1 in my mug of water. And I planned to do some errands around the apartment, but I ended up feeling really tired, and so decided to postpone them till next week when my fast is done. And so it was a lot of watching TV on the couch today. Like the last few days, I did sleep a lot, got a lot of rest, and when I woke up this morning, I actually felt better. So I felt like I had more mental energy. I still don't have a ton of physical energy, but I was actually able to read some books and do some other tasks that I wanted to, which I've been having a hard time concentrating on the previous few days. And I went out for a walk today, and I was actually walking a little faster than I had the last few days, so that was pretty cool. I think this is a reminder that each fast is different and you never know how it's going to be. I don't think I've ever had a fast where I've had 4 tough days in a row, so this was definitely new for me. I'm glad to see that I turned the corner today. It's now getting to be evening, and I am starting to feel a little hungry again and have a light headache, but nothing too bad, and much better than the last few days where not only was I, feeling empty from the fast, but I had this intense hunger or desire to eat that couldn't go away. It was just constantly there in my mind. I don't have that today. I don't have that intense feeling, even though obviously it's day 5. I haven't eaten anything in 5 days, and so I'm feeling pretty good, and it's just a reminder that you have to take each day as it comes on a long fast. I had a lot of trouble sleeping last night. I felt really energized and felt that I couldn't sleep. It took me a really long time to fall asleep, and when I finally did, I ended up constantly waking up through the middle of the night. I was having trouble falling back to sleep, so overall had a very, very restless sleep. I woke up feeling that I had very, very low physical energy this morning. I was standing for a couple of minutes and my heart rate went up just doing that. I've not been feeling great today. I was also getting some cramps, and so I actually decided to have a little bit of salt. Sometimes that helps with cramps if you get them. I typically don't get them like fast. This is probably one of the few times I've had them. Sometimes I do get light and dizzy headed, but I had pretty bad stomach cramps on and off this afternoon, so they would come, be there for a few minutes, and then go away, but it was pretty noticeable and something that I'm not used to. I am back to thinking about food again today, so yeah, it was just one of those days. I'm looking forward to tomorrow being day 7 and then ending this fast. I once again had a really restless night of sleep last night. I was up for a couple of hours in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep. I woke up feeling okay. I feel actually pretty good today all in all. I would say I'm very conscious that I haven't eaten in 7 days and very excited to eat tomorrow. I think that might also just be the mental factor of knowing that my fast is coming to a close, and so counting down the moments to tomorrow morning. But I feel a lot better than I did yesterday, so I think the salt definitely helped. I even went outside for a very tiny walk today. I won't even call it a little walk. I just went around half a block, but I moved my body a little bit. I stretched a little bit at home. I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing, apart from, just missing food and wanting to eat and then having less physical energy than I normally do, is the taste in my mouth. It is really annoying, and I can't wait for it to go away. Of course, that is a sign of ketosis, so that is a good sign. It means that my body's in this deep healing state. A lot of great things are going on, but the taste itself is pretty boring, and no matter what tea I drink, it's not going away. So that's about it, and I'm looking forward to breaking the fast tomorrow morning. Hi everyone. tea in the last 7 days. I've got some masala chai with me. That's nice. So a little about last night. I had really restless sleep. I had trouble falling asleep. After I did, I was up from 2 to 4 a.m. Went back to sleep for a bit. Woke up again at 5 or 5:30 and finally was sleeping when my alarm went off this morning and woke up really groggy. I took a shower and, just grabbed some water, did my morning practice, and a couple of things I noticed. One is I drank the water really quickly because I was very thirsty and it made me feel nauseous. And I felt pretty dizzy and lightheaded today, and I noticed that from just walking around in my apartment, nothing crazy, my heart rate was elevated, and it stayed elevated for quite a few minutes before it came down. So, one of the things with fasting is you can notice the effects on your body, especially as you go deeper into a longer fast. This fast overall has been one of my more difficult ones, but if you see my previous videos, I've had other ones that are far easier. I am still really glad that I got to complete it. There are a lot of health benefits to fasting, which I've mentioned in my previous videos, and I do think it is a worthwhile exercise to do. 7 days is a lot. It's not for everybody. If it's your first time, you should start smaller and go, maybe like first start intermittent fasting, then 1 day, then 3 days, and then see if you want to go for longer. So things to avoid when you're breaking your fast. So you've not been digesting for quite a few days. So you want to be really gentle on your system. I've seen some people online recommend that you only eat watermelon the first day. I don't think I've ever done that. I've been fine. You eat foods that are really light and easy to digest. Nothing heavy, nothing greasy. You most likely will get an upset stomach the first 1 or 2 times you eat after a fast. That is normal. So go slow and take a few days to introduce more and more complex foods over time. Like I said, I'm breaking my fast with masala chai. This is not considered typical, but it's how I've been breaking my fast the last few years, and it works for me. I'll probably be eating some fruit, maybe some nuts that I've soaked overnight so they're soft and easy to digest, and then maybe a little bit of really boiled khichdi, which is a mixture of rice and lentils, and having it so that it's more soupy than textured, and that a lot of the fiber is already broken down, so hopefully it's light on my system. And maybe a smoothie. But it's been an exciting journey, but I'm glad it's over, and thank you for joining me.